It is in Uxmal, where historic Mexico is at its most beautiful, that our journey through the millennia begins. A journey along the Yucatan Peninsula, land of Maya culture. The oval ground plan of the fortune teller pyramid is unique. Uxmal means built 3 times. This refers to its 3 phases of construction. The strict uniformity of the building is impressive. Before it was abandoned at the end of the 10th century, the city had a population of about 25,000. The Cuadrángulo De Los Monjas comprises 4 buildings. The buildings and the many entrances that lead into various small rooms are typical of Puuc architecture. The 42-meter-high fortune teller pyramid is situated in the center of the complex. Legend has it that a dwarf created it from a tiny egg in a single night. The main entrance to the Nuns Quadrangle dates back to the 9th century and is flanked on both sides by columned halls. The building's geometrical forms are quite outstanding. The Maya were excellent builders, with no knowledge of the building's techniques that today we take for granted. They created monumental buildings that rose to a height of up to 65 meters. As an adornment for the facade of the upper palace, rain god masks were used. They alternate with low railings. Mayan entrances were very narrow. Arch design, as used extensively by the Romans, and which made it possible to create vaulted ceilings, was unknown by the Maya. These relief plates illustrate the culture of the Maya people. They depict gods and ancestors, and access to this building was the sole privilege of the priests. These ancient places of worship and their weather-beaten, warm stone are perfect hideaways for lizards. These speedy runners are extremely timid. Occasionally they shed their skin. Their dead skin cracks open and creates large shreds that are eventually discarded. The Mayan artists adorned the buildings with plaster, sculptures, reliefs, and paintings. Little remains of the external walls and wall paintings. The Maya were the first to encounter the Spanish in what is now Mexico. They withstood hostile attack for many years. In 1542, the Spanish conquered Yucatan, but the Maya remained rebellious. Small villages pass by. Yucatan has a large network of roads, from simple paths to well-prepared highways. Merida, capital of Yucatan, is typical of Mexico and its history. The Spaniard de Monteo was the first to build here. The Mayan settlement of Tahoe was transformed into a town. Thus churches, splendid palaces and noble villas were created from the stone that surrounded the temple complex. Chichen Itza. Since the 10th century, the remains of its pre-Columbian architecture have combined two cultures, the Maya and the Toltecs. The total number of steps that lead up to the temple, including those on each of its four sides, number an amazing 365, one for each day of the year. The city at the edge of the water well has a militaristic appearance. The walls contain many illustrations of ancient battles, courageous warriors and martyrs. "30 rebuilt buildings rise up above the flat grass steppe. The area extends for 9 square kilometers. In the 11th century, more than 35,000 people inhabited this region, but in 1250, they abandoned it. The facades of the buildings are adorned with mosaics. Geometrical ornaments alternate with images of numerous deities and the heads of fantastic animals. Each archaeological complex in Yucatan is a new and intriguing adventure. The large temple complexes are full of enigma and mystique. The group of the 1,000 columns is located on the eastern corner of the plaza. The huge courtyard with its impressive columned halls served as a meeting place for warriors. The Maya first came here more than 3,000 years ago. They developed a prosperous culture that survived 6 times longer than the Roman Empire. The Maya created their own calendar that is similar to that of the present day. They discovered zero in mathematics and predicted the various eclipses of both sun and moon. In the Observatorio, astronomers observed the trajectory of Venus. Their calculations deviated by only 14 seconds a year. Surprisingly, the surrounding forests were also used for agriculture. Maya were also skillful beekeepers. They bred bees that didn't sting and housed them within tall trees. The nectar was mixed with bark and fermented. These ingredients created a popular drink known as balche that was also used for ritual ceremonies. The traditions live on. Each day there are performances that explain the life of the primeval inhabitants. With his feathered head, a mystical priest surrounds astonished onlookers. Mysteriously, he murmurs powerful, ancient spells. Chichen Itza, with its 30-meter-tall pyramid, Temple of the Warriors, Market Square and Ballgame Square. It's one of the most important excavation sites in Yucatan. Tulum means wall or fortress. 130 kilometers from Cancun is a temple city that is situated on a rocky plateau on the coast. The Spanish, who first set foot there in 1518, named it Zama, or sunrise. For the canoe-traveling Maya, this fortified coastal city was an important center of trade. The most visited archaeological site in the land of the Maya has an amazing temple. The Spanish named it Castillo. It was once accessible by way of 5 gates. This area contains 50 buildings of varied size. Each of them has a special purpose. The light that was reflected from the windows of the Castillo assisted the Maya with their navigation. It helped them to steer their canoes safely around the reef. From the vast expanses of the sea to a blue lagoon with dolphins, Xel-Ha, Yucatan's nature park. In Mayan times, this was a natural harbor. Dolphins live in social groups. They're very fast and skillful swimmers. The cute mammals are very adept at ball games. They're highly intelligent and seem to enjoy every moment. They have highly developed communication skills that involve various high-frequency sounds. Their smooth skin assists them to glide through the water. The rear fin helps them to change direction. For them, breathtaking jumps are easy. A further attraction and the world's largest natural aquarium is when all the dolphins swim together. These endearing mammals are always patient while being patted or posing for a photograph. Aras are skillful climbers. They travel from branch to branch with great dexterity. Their large, strong beaks enable them to crack open nutshells in an instant. These colorful creatures are a protected species and can grow up to 1 meter in length. They live in tropical forests and live to a ripe old age. Following the river in the shade of huge trees, a waterfall creates a refreshing, cool breeze. This paradise-like experience ends in the Garden of Eden. The word Xel-Ha means where the water is born. Today, the Isla Del Cozumel, an island close to Yucatan, is the destination of luxurious cruise liners that lay at anchor so that passengers can enjoy the local scenery. Both ornithologists and divers come here. Whether feathered or scaled, the abundant variety of Yucatan's animal kingdom is a fascinating sight, both above and below water. The turquoise-colored water of the bay makes it possible to view the seabed. The Caribbean provides a magnificent view down to a depth of 30 meters. A glorious display of water lilies. Their delicate blossoms look like small floral boats, a fanciful world of fairies and elves. Uxmal was once mediator between man and God. He holds a sacrificial plate in his hand. The original is in Chichen Itza. The Parque Arqueológico features traditional Mayan arts. A walk along the shady pathways of the complex helps to give an understanding of numerous Central American cultures. Women in traditional clothing prepare tortillas. What Cortez once referred to as a corn pancake is today an international favorite. Daily routine is just as it was hundreds of years ago. Each season of the year determines the daily work of the rural population. In Mexico, everyday objects are often wonderful works of art. The colorful woven cloth for hammocks is frequently adorned with traditional ornaments. Large monuments, such as this huge basalt head, were once the symbol of power of this region's rulers. The original comes from Olmeques. The streets are lively and full of color. The spirit of the Maya engulfs everything, even the simple things of everyday life. Mexican arts and crafts are colorful and diverse. They range from ceramics to weaving products and leather goods. Long, remote, sandy beaches are a good place to relax and contemplate the day's events. This 500-meter wide island was created in 1970 and provides visitors with exclusive hotel complexes and fine 18-hole golf courses. White beaches, palm trees bending in the breeze, and a glittering turquoise sea. Close to Cancun is the Riviera Maya, the Mexican version of the Côte d'Azur. The island is located between the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean. Water temperatures of up to 26 degrees are ideal for both swimming and sub-aqua pursuits. Soccer, the national sport, is played with great determination. And who knows, perhaps some of these may become the great soccer stars of tomorrow. "240 days of sunshine is the allure of this place that the Maya called here where rainbows are born. But the true money spinner was created by various investors. Here the leisure activities extend for 21 kilometers. Parasailing is one of the most popular activities. Here there's a group of old weather-beaten huts. Cancun was once a fishing village with around 100 inhabitants. The designs of the Incas have been incorporated into modern architecture. The elegant temples of the holidaying public provide a flavor of the amazing structures of former times. Various statues, sculptures, and facades reflect an historic past. Traditional elements blend well with modern buildings. Those who wish to augment their holiday memories with a souvenir or two will not be disappointed. The contrasting colors of the sky are dramatic and intense. Ancient culture and snow-white sandy beaches. This is the Yucatan Peninsula. Viva Mexico!